It feels like it was just yesterday when the original Nintendo Switch was revealed. The versatility blew our minds. And through the years, Nintendo has given us countless magical experiences through this innovative piece of tech. We're all very excited for all the new stuff coming in with its successor, especially after that loaded direct. But we also realize that it also means being able to experience a lot of games from the original in new and improved ways. Hi gamers, it's Hex again. Because it was revealed that Nintendo's latest handheld console hybrid is rocking solid upgrades and is backwards compatible, we're considering playing some of these games on the Switch too. And if you didn't get to play these on the original Switch, try it on the new one. We're starting out strong with this re-release of the 2013 Nintendo Wii U Classic. Super Mario 3D World makes for a fun time to play with up to 4 friends. It's going to be a lot easier to do that now that you can wirelessly connect your old Switch Joy-Cons to the Switch 2, while the other 2 players can experience the new comforts of the Joy-Con 2's design. Great, the game hasn't started yet and you guys might already be fighting over who gets which controller. You can have your playmates play as Luigi, Peach, and Toad, and a certain person you'll unlock later in the game. Each character has their unique abilities, like Peach's gliding and Toad being fast as heck. It's a good thing that the levels are designed to be wide enough for things not to get cramped, because things tend to get crazy when playing with friends, especially when you guys start getting power-ups. Then the chaos starts. So if you want to play a classic with friends on your Switch 2 while waiting for the next big co-op title to come out, you can have Cat Mario scratch that itch. Little Nightmares 2 is a good choice if you're looking to creep yourself out using the Switch 2's 3-dimensional sound. This horror puzzle platformer boasts impeccable sound design, from its tense strings that screech to give you anxiety to the ambient effects of creaks and muffled moans. There isn't a lot of music here to give way for more emphasis on the sound effects, but when you do hear it, it's quite frightening. Match that sound design with the game's unsettling setting, and things get unnerving real quick. The art direction of Pale City is grotesque and fascinating, and the Switch's lower resolution tends to give it all a blurrier look compared to the other versions. For some, the improved resolution of the Switch 2 may take away from that nightmarish feel, but may add to it for another player. Either way, Little Nightmares 2 is a good way to get that 3D audio paranoia. Yes, Astral Chain. There's nothing like sinking dozens upon dozens of hours on a decent hack and slash game made by Platinum Games. Even more so when playing on a Nintendo handheld that you can take from the couch to the bed. As we've come to expect from the developers, there's just so much depth and variety to the combat, and the time spent learning to get better at syncing your attacks with legions just feels so rewarding. Despite running at 30 FPS in the original console, the game gives you a lot of high-octane action and adrenaline rushes. Stable frame rates are always welcome in these types of games, and more so if ever the game can take advantage of the more powerful hardware. So we look forward to playing this game with smoother performance on the Switch 2, especially when docked. Pretty sure that'll help adding a hit or two in our combos. Oh, and since Nintendo built the Joy-Con 2 from scratch, hopefully this ensures that stick drift won't be an issue anymore. Time to abuse the controllers and go all out on the chain and sync attacks again. The Xenoblade games have always been technical marvels, and while tons of JRPGs back in the 2010s like to sell a sense of scale without actually providing it, Xenoblade Chronicles delivered sprawling landscapes and huge open areas on a frickin' Wii! And don't get us started on Xenoblade 3 proving the Switch still had more to offer. But it's Monolith Soft's launch title for the Switch that we wanted to talk about today. Xenoblade 2, while still holding up very strongly in 2025, had to resort to certain technological compromises, namely when it comes to image quality. It was easy to distract ourselves with huge explorable lands, amazing art design, and the unforgettable soundtrack, but the dynamic resolution can drop as low as 3060p on portable mode. Add alongside some sharp filtering, and the game tends to look blurry at times. But not blurry enough that we can't appreciate seeing Pyra. Hopefully, we can get the performance of the Switch's dock mode while playing handheld 1080p on the Switch 2. Fingers crossed that it can also take advantage of the Switch 2's dock mode's power in some way. And even more fingers crossed that it'll get a Switch 2 edition. Xenoblade 2 already looks amazing even with all the compromises in rendering. But how much more without it? Definitely worth another 100 hours spent in Allrest. we'd be remiss if we didn't mention one of the best shooters to grace the Nintendo Switch. Packed with game modes not just for multiplayer but single player as well, Splatoon 3's ink-infested experiences solidly refined everything the franchise has done so far. We can talk all we want about the Switch 2 specs and how it'll improve the experience, but we're just looking for a small excuse to queue up for more turf wars again. There's been no confirmation so far if Splatoon 3 will eventually be patched to support the Joy-Con 2's mouse feature, but if it did, it would for sure make a difference. Higher and stable frame rates in addition to smoother controls could give us that edge we're always looking for on competitive shooters, making it a hell of a lot easier to quick aim and ink that one tiny spot on the floor. Sure, we all found ways to get used to the gyro and analog stick aiming, but nothing really beats the potential of using a mouse. The whole thing sounds like loads of fun, at least until we start encountering sweaty chargers using mice as well. Oh boy. And that's our list of games we'd like to experience again on the Switch 2. It might have been a weird list for some because they might have been expecting Switch powerhouses like Xenoblade 3, Monster Hunter Rise, and the Zelda games, but we opted for games that needed that bit of a nudge from all that the Switch 2 is offering. Pretty sure you guys have suggestions of your own, so let us know in the comments below and let your nostalgia fly. Thanks for watching the video guys, and if you want to hear us talk more about video games, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Again, this is Hex from Game8, and we'll see you in the next one.